Welcome to Sport here on Pulse. My name is Nathaniel Atto. Now, last night, movers and shakers within Ghana football gathered at the Marriott Hotel, Airport City, Accra, for the second edition of the Ghana Football Awards. Now, it turned out that Thomas Partey won the overall best award, which was the Footballer of the Year award. And of course, shining bright on the night as well was former captain of the Black Maidens of Ghana, Mukarama Abdullahi. Now, goalkeeper Felix Annan was also prominent on the night as he received the Goalkeeper of the Year award, and together with his club's Team of the Year award. I'm talking about Kumasi Asante Kotoko. For Coach of the Year, it was the man C.K. Akono for his exploits with Kumasi Asante Kotoko, having won the Normalization Committee's Tier 1 competition. Now, here with me in studio to do the discussions is Oreku Ampofo. He is he's been following, and he was there last night. He saw all of the action. Joy Sports Oreku Ampofo, thank you very much. Good to have you here.
Yeah, good to have you too.
Well, let's begin from the overall, Football of the Year award. Like, there were a couple of people who thought that, Thomas Partey's performance at the Nations Cup did a bit of a disservice to him in making him, the undoubted favorite for this award.
Yeah, I do think so. And unfortunately, what started as a bright year for him ended in a not so good way, especially how he played individually in the AFCON that just ended. Although he did get himself a goal, a lot of people did feel that he could have imposed himself more, especially in the games. But you get that feeling that it's an award ceremony that celebrates players' performances over the whole year. So it's for the calendar year from last year, May, up until now. And you look at all the Ghanaian players and probably all the nominees on the night, you would probably say that Thomas was the most consistent out of them, because I think that this was his best season for Atletico Madrid. He got to score more goals, he played more games, and was actually very influential in Diego Simeone's system. So I think in the long term, he did perform really well. But massive shouts to Mukarama, who also really did.
For a moment, I thought she was going to pick up the biggest award.
Yeah, she had already notched to, at that point, the Rising Star and the Future and the Women's Footballer of the Year. But I think that, it's been a very good year for her too. But I think that what probably limited her was, her club football and the lack of, patronization for the league that she plays in. But, most people watch her throughout, the Women's Under-17 World Cup, where they were knocked out on penalties in the quarterfinal stage. And then some people saw glimpses of her at the WAFU, where she actually made her debut for the Black Queens of Ghana. So I think that it's been a fast growth for her, moving from the Under-17 straight to the national team. But she's got a lot of recognition, also being recognized by CAF in the last year's CAF award. So it's been a good year for her, and 2 awards certainly is, a good spell of what she has achieved this year.
Interesting stuff there. So these are highlights from last night's event, very well attended. And of course, there is Mukarama Abdullahi. This is a great moment of pride for her indeed, picking up the Women's Football of the Year award in addition to the Discovery of the Year. Now, let's talk about Felix Annan. Clearly, it's very well deserved, only that he didn't get the opportunity to man the goalpost for the Black Stars at the Nations Cup.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a, I must say, contradiction where your best player, your best goalkeeper in the country actually is not the starting goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But I think much precedence was given to their impact on club level. And I think that that's one thing that Felix Annan did pretty well over the last year. We also saw his exploits at the CAF Champions League, where Kotoko participated for the first time since 2008. And they actually managed to get to the group stage after going through the playoff rounds. And they were really close to getting to the knockout stage after missing out on the knockout round by just 1 point. And they translated that form into the Tier 1 competition and the Tier 2. In the Tier 1 they did win it, Tier 2 they did get to the semi-final stage. But I think Kotoko have been really impressive, and it all did start from the confidence that Felix inspires from the back. They conceded the least goals in the NC Tier 1 special competition. So massive thumbs up to Felix Annan for his contribution to the local league last season. So well deserved, I must say.
Well deserved indeed. And of course, Kumasi Asante Kotoko's exploits under the supervision of CK Akono earned CK Akono himself the Coach of the Year award. Now, ironically, he's just stepped out of the setup, as head coach. Several times I've heard clubs play with, that designation. They call you the technical director, and it's a way of telling you, we're showing you the exit. Yeah. Now, there he is, he's won this accolade, and he says that it has boosted his morale because what happened really, took his spirit down. Yeah,
and I must say it was a really sad, moment for CK, especially considering how much he had achieved with this Kotoko side, doing so well in the CAF Champions League and then qualifying them again in the next season. So I saw some consistency there, and for a moment I thought there would be some longevity with CK and the vision that he has for Kotoko, but it was never smooth for them. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to take the technical director role, but at least he bows down knowing that he was Coach of the Year, and he would definitely be hot cake in the market.
Well, Ketil Zachariasen has a lot of work to do. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. The mission begins with Kano Pillars, right? Yeah. Okay. Pillars, yeah. So let's see how Asante Kotoko do, how well they're able to do in the CAF Confederation Cup, the CAF Champions League, rather. Yeah, the CAF Champions League, for winning the NC Cup. That's what it qualifies them to play in. We'll be doing some more analysis as we get further into the season and look ahead to the introduction of another football season here on the local scene. Well, thanks to Ure Kwampo for always catching him on the Joy Prime channel. Well, that's it for your sport. I'll be back same time tomorrow, 16:20. My name is Nathaniel Atto, and I have love for sport.